say if at first you get sued and have to pay out $25 million, not only is he dishonest, he's not too bright.
Growing in rain.
Phone call from my man Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy said if Floyd accepts the challenge, that he'll put it on the actual show.
There's no way this man is broke. There's no way.
Yeah.
If he is, I don't know where the money went to.
Exactly.
Floyd Mayweather appeared frustrated after Jimmy Kimmel openly questioned his strategy for earning money and his exhibition fights during a live appearance. Kimmel mocked Floyd's preference for fast paydays and turned it into a punchline. The exchange quickly created an uncomfortable atmosphere.
Pose for this, or was this just...
I guess it's something that they just made up.
Something made up. Do you think they're going to paint over that when it goes as everyone seems to think it's going to go?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. You should buy that gym from him and knock it down with a wrecking ball.
We can do that.
That would be something you could do.
We can do that.
You could potentially make... How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel's straightforward questions seemed to increase the tension even more, but beneath the glamorous image, other concerns were starting to emerge. Financial experts have often warned that excessive spending, poor investments, and a lack of reliable income can threaten even the largest fortunes. In Mayweather's situation, those concerns.
This is from Instagram. You're on what looks like a private plane, just with a whole...
No, my private plane.
Your private plane, sorry. With a whole lot of money, and it looks like a couple of bowls of ketchup, maybe, also.
No.
Are you eating this money?
Those are cup holders.
Oh, those are cup holders, okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't have a private plane.
You didn't flew on me.
What do you do with all this money? I mean, like, do you actually use it? I mean, are you using the cash?
And, cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
Floyd Mayweather was recently spotted walking around New York City pointing at different buildings and saying they were his. Although he tried to project an image of wealth and authority within real estate, the claim was later questioned as reports indicated that several of the properties he mentioned were not listed in his name or tied to any of his known companies. This contradiction has added more uncertainty about his finances and the image he continues to show the public.
What the hell is going on with Floyd Mayweather, man?
Man, do we got money or not? I don't know what's going on.
I'm lost.
Man, I seen, I think Stephen A was talking about he was bankrupt.
See, I know he came out with this commercial talking about he just invested in this deal that's worth like $402 million that's dealing with 60 apartment buildings.
Yeah, I heard a nigga bought half of New York.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so he walking down the street of New York. Yeah, I own that one.
I seen that too.
So some people reached out to the agencies that he's connected with about this deal, and they said no comment.
Let me say something. I got a question. Niggas is nosy for no reason.
Nosy as hell.
What I'm reaching out to these people about they deal for?
We want to talk to you about the Floyd Mayweather deal. No comment. But they say his name ain't on no paperwork or nothing.
I seen him on something. He look like a bum.
Floyd?
He was looking like a bum, like he ain't shaved in months.
Oh, yeah, I seen that too.
There's no way this man is broke. There's no way.
Yeah.
If he is, I don't know where the money went to.
Exactly.
Beyond financial concerns, Mayweather has also dealt with legal disputes over the years. One of the more troubling issues involves lawsuits filed by former associates who accused him of emotional misconduct. These allegations became even more significant as his public reputation had already been impacted by previous controversies. The information presented in these cases was extensive, suggesting a pattern that seemed to extend beyond isolated incidents. Because of this, these legal matters have continued to follow him, making it difficult for Mayweather to.
Floyd Mayweather, real quick, okay? So somebody sent me a lawsuit. I got to go through the details. But apparently, a few of his girls, strippers at Girl Collection are suing him for loss of wages, okay? Now, I wasn't going to pay attention to this because I was just like, well, how are y'all strippers and you suing him for loss of wages? I'm trying to figure that out. Like, you get your money from the Patreon. What does he have to do with your money? And so somebody put a little bird in my ear. They said this was the beginning of the lawsuit, okay? They're going to be adding more allegations of harassment and all this stuff. And I was just like, no, hold up. You worked in a club. And so apparently there's more to come. All right. But here's my thing. I was like, the last person that filed a lawsuit against him, alleging anything, where's she at? Anybody seen her?
A recently released video showed Mayweather spending large amounts of money renting luxury mansions, frequently selecting properties he does not actually need. His tendency to lease expensive homes instead of purchasing or living in them appears to be influenced more by image than necessity. Critics believe this type of spending reflects an effort to preserve a wealthy image rather than making sensible financial decisions. For someone who portrays himself as financially knowledgeable, this behavior raises questions about whether it is.
Floyd Mayweather just signed a deal to lease an apartment in Midtown Manhattan. He's going to be paying $100,000 per month for this place. Here's the apartment, you guys. It's got 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, 4,000 square feet, and the place is pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. The description says that this is a double unit and it is a corner unit, so you got a ton of natural light in here. Do you think this place is worth $100,000 per month? Why would Floyd spend $100,000 a month on this apartment? If I had to guess, it would be a combination of owning something as just kind of a liability. Plus, I'm pretty sure whenever you rent a place versus buy a place for business purposes, you're able to write off more of that lease payment. So if I had to guess, that $100,000 per month is going to be a pretty big write-off for him based on how he plans to use this place.
In what many saw as an effort to shape public opinion, Mayweather released a video showcasing his real estate holdings throughout the United States. He explained that his focus was moving away from luxury residences and toward commercial properties that provide consistent income. The goal of the video was to reassure the public.
Floyd Money Mayweather is at it again. This time, not in the ring, but in the real estate market. The undefeated boxing champ just sold his Miami Beach mansion for a jaw-dropping $22 million. Let's break down the numbers and see why Floyd's still living up to his nickname. Mayweather originally bought this stunning waterfront property in 2021 for $18 million. Fast forward 3 years and he's walking away with a cool $4 million profit. Not bad, right? And here's a fun twist. The buyer is taking on a $13 million mortgage, which comes with monthly payments of nearly $99,000. Now, let's talk about the mansion itself. It's a 3-story masterpiece, spanning over 9,000 square feet with 9 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms. But the amenities? Next level. A 5,000 square foot rooftop with panoramic views.
In 2017, Mayweather tried to silence critics by displaying a $100 million check at a press conference. The money earned from his fight with Manny Pacquiao was presented as evidence that his finances remained strong. While the moment captured attention and made headlines, it also caused many people to wonder as
he's like the Floyd Mayweather of the MMA, the UFC.
I didn't know Conor McGregor was undefeated. I didn't know that he had a reign in MMA for 20 years and undefeated, and was world champion in 5 different weight classes. That's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys telling me something new. If you say he's the Floyd Mayweather of the MMA.
Well, do you
I mean, if you're saying he's the Floyd Mayweather of the MMA, I'm trying to find out. Have you ever made $300 million in one night? Have you ever made $100 million in one night? Have you ever made $70 million in one night? So, far as trying to say that he's the Floyd Mayweather of MMA, I mean, it's okay to just to say it, but it's not true. I'm a legend. A living legend. You know, I gave just sport of boxing. I gave years and years of hard work. It was blood, sweat, and tears. Had a tremendous team. Had a tremendous run. I think that it's time for Conor McGregor need to go out there and do what he do. But never compare Conor McGregor to me. That's a total disrespect. I mean, once again, I'm an elephant. Elephant don't beef with ants. You know, elephant is so large you don't even see ants.
Mayweather has regularly defended his extravagant lifestyle as a reward for the hard work that helped him rise from modest beginnings. He often explains that he started with almost nothing and reached the top through dedication and talent. In his opinion, showing his wealth is not about arrogance, but about motivating others. However, boxing legend Mike Tyson once said that Floyd can be too focused on himself, suggesting that his constant self-promotion may sometimes become excessive. Tyson's comments reflect a wider view shared by some fans and athletes who believe Mayweather's habit of displaying his wealth, especially during challenging economic periods.
What lessons do you think Pacquiao and Mayweather could learn from you in terms of life away from the ring?
Well, Floyd seems to be going through some stuff like me right now, you know, like realizing no one's his friend and everybody's probably, even though I even hate to say it, because maybe everybody's kind of a little jealous of him, you know, because he is Floyd Mayweather. I know these other guys got their money, but this guy is the champ of the world. You know, it's hard to compete with that. So he's pretty big on those scales as far as on the celebrity scale. So he's gonna realize what life is all about, and what friends are all about, and realize that we only have a few of them, and sometimes they're the only ones we got. They may not be the ones we want, but they're the ones we have. You know, sometimes we want to have glorious, glamorous friends, but they don't want to be our friends.
Mayweather's desire to highlight his financial success returned when he compared his earnings with Anthony Joshua's. He stated that he produced $74 million in gate revenue without depending on huge crowds. Although the claim may have been factual, the tone sounded noticeably defensive. Some observers considered it another example of Mayweather wanting to prove his dominance, while others saw it as jealousy toward.
He said in particular, and then there was also some footage that dropped a couple hours ago on IFL TV that, you know, is the reason I'm making this video. He made some comments about Anthony Joshua and compared, you know, I guess, you know, his, you know, because, you know, he talks about his money a lot. So he compared, like, I guess, his fight with Pacquiao to Anthony Joshua. And he was saying, like, you know, basically, they didn't need 100,000 or 90,000 people to do X amount of dollars. You know, here, I'm gonna let you listen to it. Here's what he had to say verbatim. Here's what Floyd said about Anthony Joshua.
Talk about that. I was in the Guinness Book of World Record for breaking all the records. You didn't tell them that?
Of course you have.
for generating billions in the sport of boxing, that or having the fastest sellout crowd. But I mean, and, you know, those guys done. You know, and I was watching a fight when I was at my Miami house. I was at my Miami home. I was watching a fight with Klitschko and the guy Joshua, and they said that this is electrifying, sort of like the Pacquiao and Mayweather. And I said, well, we didn't have to have all those hundreds of thousands to do a $74 million gate. So, and like I said before, but those guys put on a hell of a show. Like I said before, you know, I'm just on another planet, and you definitely know it, because you've been around for years. And you see the same thing over and over and over again.
All right, so there you have it. Mayweather basically saying that, you know, he's on another planet and all this stuff, and that, you know, they didn't need 90,000 people and all this stuff. But, I mean, let's look at it like this.
Oscar de la Hoya, a longtime opponent of Mayweather, has criticized him for what he considers double standards. He argued that Floyd often speaks negatively about YouTubers and crossover fighters such as Ryan Garcia, while continuing to benefit from the same audience, according to de la Hoya. Mayweather calls others influencers, while still making substantial income from exhibition matches against social media personalities.
Talking about skid Ryan Garcia. Tank got his followers from kicking. Ryan Garcia got his followers from YouTubers. There's a difference. So you want to be a YouTuber or you want to be a fighter? Tank is a fighter.
What the fuck? So Ryan Garcia's not a fighter? He's been fighting since he was 7 years old. He has 200 plus amateur fights. I don't care where his followers come from, if they come from fucking Mars. The fact is that Ryan's followers are selling this fight. And plus, don't you remember you fought YouTubers? Are you putting YouTubers down? You profited from them. I can't with you, dude. You're fucking dumbass. I can't wait. April 22nd, Ryan Garcia fucking knocking out Tank Davis.
De la Hoya and others have also suggested that Mayweather may be looking for attention or additional earnings. His frequent media appearances and controversial remarks often appear intended to place him back in the spotlight. Since retirement, his career has mainly centered around exhibition fights, offering low-risk opportunities with high rewards. He has entered the ring with YouTubers and
Floyd is somebody since I'm 8 years old. This was my idol. It is a tremendous honor, but make no mistake, June 11th, I'm bringing bad intentions to that man, and I don't care if an exhibition or not. You signed to fight me. It's no quarter, so it's kill or be killed.
Another big event. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a crazy crowd. I'm pretty sure, but I've been here so many times. You know, I've been fighting since 1987 to now, so I know what it takes when, you know, at any level. So I'm just happy to be here.
I watched every one of his fights. I never seen anybody throw combinations with the intent and the speed and the accuracy of that man, and I was captivated from that night on. So I've been Team Mayweather since I'm 9 years old, but like I said, when it's time to get to business, we're gonna get to business. We're gonna fight.
I will continue to have fun, entertain, until I'm ready to say, you know what, enough is enough.
Even though Mayweather presents these contests as entertainment, many boxing traditionalists believe they weaken the sport's integrity, turning boxing into a spectacle rather than genuine competition. Oscar de la Hoya especially criticized Mayweather's exhibition bout with John Gotti III, calling it embarrassing and damaging to his legacy. De la Hoya went on to advise.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
In a resurfaced clip, Jimmy Kimmel joked during his show about challenging Floyd to a reading test, referring to an old dispute with 50 Cent Music, who once challenged him to read a page from Harry Potter. Videos of Mayweather struggling with reading have continued to spark rumors about his literacy. Although Floyd rejected the criticism by saying, "Reading doesn't define success," the subject became another issue used to question his credibility. In addition, Mayweather's legal background includes several arrests and convictions, creating a strong contrast with the polished image he tries to project. This has caused fans and analysts to wonder how someone with such a controversial history continues to operate.
Will Smith just publicly thanked Floyd Mayweather, but a lot of people are calling him out for that. And where it all began was right after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars, which Will Smith said almost ended his career. With Will Smith apologizing, getting a 10-year ban from the Oscars, and he said many celebrities would not return his calls. And the only exception was Floyd Mayweather, who called up Will Smith every day for 10 days straight. With Will Smith saying that the only reason Floyd Mayweather called was just because he wanted to make sure he was okay. And Will Smith said before that he only met Floyd Mayweather a couple times before, calling him an acquaintance, but now would call him a friend for life. I don't think Will Smith should be saying this because Floyd Mayweather was arrested in 2002 for punching 2 women at his nightclub. And due to that, he had a 1-year suspended jail sentence in 2004. And then he was arrested again for assaulting a bouncer at a nightclub, getting another 90-day suspended sentence. Then was arrested for beating up his ex-girlfriend Josie Harris. She's someone when he was 10 years old testified against his father, saying he was assaulting his mother. So Will Smith is not a bad guy, but clearly made a mistake at the Oscars, and it's not a good idea for him to go befriend Floyd Mayweather. Because life's ultimately about who you associate with, and with that, I'm Charles Peralta. I hope you learned something.
That concludes today's video. Stay tuned for more updates.